Today we're going to talk about like is trying to make it like everybody else, and it all started. We noticed this man was walking in the bushes beside her, and then they kept walking. She didn't run or anything, and he said that um, he was going to come and get her, and um, he wanted to be with her, and he was going to kill her. And he also knew where she lived. He had been following her. And he knew her phone number. So finally, he did grab her, run through the bushes and grabbed her. And they were fighting and fighting. And he grabbed her throat, pushed her against the fence, forced his tongue into her mouth. But then she took her finger and her thumb and put it deep into his eye. And that hurt him, and it hurt him a lot. And he fell back, and then he started spitting, and she got on her side of the bushes. He was in the bushes. She thought about running off or running away, but then she said, no, I don't want him to show, I'm scared. So she kept walking. Then when she got down the street a little, she called the police to turn him in. But they couldn't find him, naturally. So she didn't know what to do. He knew where she lived, phone number. She figured he'd come back and get her. She knew a guy named Ralph that she had met, so she called Ralph, and she immediately that night moved in with Ralph. And then within a year, her and Ralph were married. She was about 33 years old at that time. When this started, she was 32. So she don't know why she married Ralph. She thinks she married him for protection because she was afraid of this guy getting her, and she didn't really know if she loved him as much as she should. Then that marriage lasted 5 years to Ralph, and they got a divorce. It was a fight, a big fight, and the fight went on for 3 years. And during that time, she lost track of the guy that attacked her in the park. After the 3 years, she figured she was about 47. 6 years after her divorce, and she was thinking maybe she should try to find somebody. She didn't want to be alone, and some people told her to look on the internet and find some people. You know, everybody's getting matched up on the internet now, and she did, and she talked to some people, and they talked for a while, and it was real nice. And then these people on the internet immediately moved to porn. Start sending her porn, talking dirty, all that. And she figured, I don't need this, I don't want this. And if that's what the internet's going to bring me, forget the internet. Right. So she was still scared, really, from the time that guy attacked her. She was always looking for him and looking. So then she decided to get a coach and take up boxing to get some protection. So she was boxing, and she was taking 4 lessons a week with this boxing coach. And he told her one thing, that she has a tendency to drop her right hand. Keep that hand up. So that went on for a while, and she became a boxer. Then after that, she started to feel real strong and figured that she could protect herself and she could walk at night. Nobody's going to hurt her. She never heard from that first guy again, the one that attacked her. But she still had in mind she wanted to find somebody. She needed to find somebody because she doesn't think you should be by yourself in life. But she was just having a hard time finding a guy that was normal, that didn't talk dirty or try to beat her or worry about porn all the time. And she was running out of things or reasons to find him and how to find him, but she didn't want to give up. She says, I'm not giving up. But she don't want to date somebody just to say, I'm going on a date and that's it. So she said, life isn't worth living by yourself. You need to find somebody somehow. And she decided that she was going to keep looking and looking until she found somebody, and she wasn't afraid of people hitting her or beating her up. She took boxing lessons, and she was just going to go into life. And she knew you had to have somebody with you. You needed a mate, you needed a husband, and she was going to find one. Thank you.